They say you are what you eat, so I don't eat chicken feet. But I love me some of Grandma's pickled beets. Well, cut it up, put it in the pan, throw it over your shoulder and see where it lands right here in Farmer's Kitchen. Maters, taters, beans and corn, the cows in the barn and the sheep's been shorn, kids in the barnyard chasing Grandpa's chicken. Spices, slices, cuts and dices, gonna slash your grocery prices right here in Farmer's Kitchen. Help you grow your garden good with recipes to suit your mood. Try some grub you've never tried before. Smash it with a wooden mallet. Gonna educate your palate. Right here in Farmer's Kitchen. In Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. We're gonna cook something good now.
Hello and welcome to Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen.
Hi.
Well, hello, Mrs. Farmer. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
How did you get here?
I smelt food and I just come on up the hill.
You're going to smell food because you're making something good.
That's right.
You know what? It's hot.
Yes, it is.
Listen, the eternal sound of summer.
That's right.
You know what that is?
Cicadas? I'm smart, aren't I?
Very good.
Thank you.
You know what? Last week we had a snake on, which you weren't too happy about.
I don't like snakes.
You don't like snakes?
No, I
Cicadas
don't.
are okay.
Yeah, as long as they stay away.
It is summertime. It's getting hot. But you know what? Right around the corner, it's fall. We got all kinds of fun stuff coming up. And a couple weeks ago when we had all those bad storms, you know, if you drive through Versailles, you see trees and everything. Well, our house got struck by lightning, which shut us down.
Yes, it did.
So we had a couple of reruns. We don't do those very often, but we had to because we got shut down.
Yes, we did.
We lost our cable. We lost our internet. Our geothermal unit is gone.
A couple outages.
Now replaced. That was rather expensive.
But they're good people.
But they're good people. And now we're back up and rolling. So no more storms for a while. So anyway, we're back with new shows. And the last time, a couple weeks ago, that we did stacking, people really liked it.
Right.
Now, that's something that we're going to do and continue to do. And it's a timing thing. So think about the timing of these things. We have company coming. Why is there chairs sitting back here? Because you remember not too long ago, we had a Facebook contest. Now, to set up people's schedules is tough.
Right.
The Rowe family, they got kids. So we've been trying to launch this thing. Finally, they're coming tonight.
I'm going to meet them. They look like nice people.
They're going to come hang out with us. They're going to eat with us. We're going to video them on tape a little bit. It's going to be a lot of fun. But first and foremost, we have food.
Right, we got to feed them.
And this is something that everybody makes. My grandmother used to make this. Your grandmother used to make this. This is just what, a cherry cobbler?
Right, it's that time of year. You got to have cherries are everywhere.
Now, the great thing about it is you can go to most stores nowadays and find a bag of cherries.
Right.
You know, there's not too many around here. Michigan, it's a huge state for cherries.
Traverse City has,
You messed around with cherries your whole life. Now, this particular batch of cherries, you pitted
my fingers,
laboriously.
And they're not red anymore.
They're not as pink
they went
as
away.
they used to be. But you pitted each one of these.
I did.
So tell us, if you will, how to get started. Now, we have our coals over here.
Okay.
Getting hot, okay? Now, for the tenderfoot, for the person first starting out, this is our cowboy cooking segment 101. Ka-ching. We have foregone the cowboy outfits because it's 97,000 degrees. But this is cowboy cooking. We're going to get our charcoal hot. Now, if you're a tenderfoot, if you're just starting out and you just want to try this, get your instant light bag of charcoal, set it over here, light it. If you're out camping or you're out in the backyard and you want to get things done quickly, just start it, get it rolling. When it gets nice and white, the fuel agent is out of it. And we're outside of the cooking area anyway, so you don't have to worry about fumes or anything like that. Now, we're going to do this in a 12-inch pan, and it's going to be fairly thin.
Right.
Normally, if it was a 10-inch pan, you might want to go an hour because it's a little bit thicker. Because it's more spread out, I would check it at about, 40 minutes?
Yeah,
45 minutes. If it's not brown enough on top, load the top with coals. That's just like turning the broiler on your oven. Again, 350 degrees here is the same in your oven or on Mars or whatever.
Right.
Same temperature. All right, so let's get started, Mrs. Farmer. I know the first thing we have to do is melt some butter. We're going to get this a little bit hot.
Got to have butter. Always. Got to have a whole stick of butter to start. All right, we're going to throw in 1 stick of butter. And if you'll put that over the charcoal, let's heat that up until let's get that melted all up good. Now we're going to take a cup of sugar, a cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1 cup of milk, and we're going to mix that together, almost like a little bit of a cake batter.
Gotcha.
And once we get that all mixed up and good, we're just going to pour that right on top of the butter. No mixing, just everything's going right on top of everything. All right, I'm going to clean my bowl out, and I have 2 cups of cherries I pitted myself. You could buy them in the can if you wanted to, but we went ahead because they had them in the store. 2 cups of cherries I'm going to pour in. I'm going to add 3/4 a cup of sugar, 2 more tablespoons of flour. Mix that all up. Once we get it all coated, cherries are coated, just pour them right on top too.
Did you say coated?
Coated. It's coated.
How do you spell coated?
C-O-O-O-T-E-D. Anyways, once they're coated, we'll pour them on top, and we're not going to stir it, and we are going to just cook it just like that. It's going to be delish.
I love it. I like it very much. So here we were, house struck by lightning. We had electrical problems. It was going to be a week before we get the guy out. We have no air conditioning.
It's awful.
We had stuff going on. I thought, okay, let's take a fun trip. So we could go anywhere we want to go. But I thought, you know what? Why don't we take a staycation? What does that mean? It doesn't mean stay home. It means stay in the state.
They have great parks.
Carter Cave State Park, Kentucky's best kept secret. Let me tell you about that. So how do I know about Carter Caves?
How do you?
Because I spent my high school years up in that part of the country. Beautiful
It is
country.
beautiful.
Okay, let's talk about just the entrance to the park. You drive in, hemlock trees.
Oh, it is gorgeous.
A beautiful stream running down through there. Caves, limestone rocks. Then you get there. What's the prerequisite for us to go travel? What do we want to have when we stay somewhere?
I got to have a pool.
You want
I
a
like
pool.
a pool.
What else you want? Entertainment.
Yeah. Place to eat. I want to be able to eat.
Oh, the lodge.
Yeah.
Has good food. We ate there like 17
That was
times.
delicious. We ate there every day.
Horseback riding.
That was, yeah, that's nice.
I mean, are you kidding me?
It was perfect.
If you don't have an RV, they have not only lodge rooms, they have cabins.
Cabin was nice. Very nice.
So we took our hot selves, left the house.
That's right.
Do you want to see some vacation video about some unprofessional videographers?
Me.
Kelly takes no responsibility for this. But you know what? We had a lot of fun.
I had fun.
It was a nice break. You did a good job, especially on the turtle shots.
That's right.
She likes turtles.
I like turtles.
Let's take a look at our fun trip to Carter Cave State Park. It's hot today. It's about 422 degrees today. We came up here with the intention of staying in a state park. Kentucky's best kept secret, Carter Caves. Beautiful, wonderful country. As you drive into the park, it's so beautiful you can't believe it. There are so many places to fish. You think about Kinnickinnick, Tigard, Grayson Lake, Greenbow Lake, the Licking River, which we're on right now. I've never seen so many opportunities to fish. And we're in the heart of the parks, as they call it. We got Greenbow Lake State Park right up here. The Blue Licks is just right around the corner. And today we're trying out our new Hopies. And I'm telling you what, comfortable. We're having fun fishing today. We're catching fish. That last fish I caught, that was a nice largemouth on any bait anywhere, but on a creek in a flyway and cooler water. But today we're just chilling, taking it easy, going down the creek. If you have not stayed in Kentucky State Parks recently, let's talk about the staycation factor. Right here, all around Kentucky, you look at this map of the state parks we have, all over the place. Can you beat where we are right now? Look around you. Before you go taking a trip somewhere else, keep it home. Do you a state park staycation? Let me tell you what, you'll have a big time. I gotta catch more fish now. something I found out, Nikki, if you're in, Nikki's behind the camera on this boat. If you put your foot forward on these Hobies, it flattens the fins out against the bottom. You can get through real shallow water. And if you're in shallow water, do a short stroke like this. Keeps them up close to the boat, and you get really shallow water. So why should you visit Kentucky State Parks? First of all, because each and every one of them has their own specific beautiful thing going on. Horseback riding, miniature golf, activities, cave tours. It's never ending. There's an actual lake where you can fish there. Kentucky State Parks. Take your Kentucky State Park selfie and send it to us. We'd like to see when you're staying out there.
This one's called Tall Fiddler.
All right, we're just getting ready to start our macaroni and cheese.
Yummy, I love mac
Now,
and cheese.
let me reference something we've done before. You can smoke macaroni and cheese, and if you want to go look at that particular recipe we did, that was a homemade. It takes a little more time, but that might be one of the best
That was
we've
really
ever done.
good.
But while we're sitting here talking about this quick and easy, which a lot of people like, recipe, the Rowe family came in. Now, you remember when we had our contest?
That's
Remember
a while
we had our
back,
contest
yeah.
to win a chance to come out
Big
and have dinner
bucket,
with
tons of names.
Tons of names.
Tons of
We were on vacation down in Florida or
that's
something
right.
when we drew it. And the name that came out was Rowe. The Rowe family is here, right over here. They're from Carter County.
Hey,
Now, is that not strange that we did a piece on Carter
That's
County?
right.
They brought me a basket of Carter County tomatoes,
Wow.
Carter County corn on the cob, some bread, and some jam. So here's the Rowe family. They're going to sit right up here, and they promised they wouldn't throw anything at us. Gabby, you're not going to throw anything down here, right? Nothing big, anyway. If you hit me, I don't want to be unconscious because I got to finish the show.
and you want to eat.
All right, to expedite this process, because we're hungry,
Right.
we went ahead and melted some cheese, and our macaroni has already been cooked.
Right.
It's soft and it is swollen up to be nice macaroni size. I'm going to lift this over here and let's just scrape that off. Velveeta,
Gotta have Velveeta.
I'd say
Let me get all of it.
What is that,
so
about
good.
a cup and a half?
Yeah.
Velveeta. We're gonna put that in there. We're gonna take some queso already prepared. It's got a little bit of Southwest flavor in it. We're gonna mix that up with that.
I bet these kids aren't gonna like this.
Those kids aren't gonna like
We'll
macaroni.
eat it. The adults
We'll
will eat it. No kids, no macaroni
No
cheese
kids
for the
can
kids.
have macaroni and cheese.
They have to eat like vegetables, like lima beans and stuff.
And then we took some Hawaiian buns, which that's one of our weaknesses.
I like Hawaiian buns.
And we took some little croutons.
Yum.
We're gonna mix that up on top. Now see, the thing is,
Yum.
the cobbler's almost done.
Mm-hmm.
The macaroni's already cooked.
Right.
The cheese is already melted. The croutons are done.
Just
You
heat
put the
up.
top on. You stack it. You put some stuff on top. And boom, you're ready to go in a very short amount of time. All right, so the other day, I was talking to a buddy of mine, and he had a sample of some chicken.
Mm-hmm.
You know how I love chicken.
Right. You do like chicken.
That he cooked on a Traeger pellet grill. It's
Really?
fabulous,
Okay.
fabulous, fabulous. So I thought, okay, wait a minute. Sometimes we have to cook for as many as 200 people.
Right.
So I need something a little bigger, and I like the idea of the constant feed of smoke instead of getting up 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning when we're doing a big gig. So I wanted to try this out. So I went to Scott County and talked to a fellow who knew a little something about them, and I was thinking about, do I want one of these things? By golly, yes, I do. Today we're at Amerson Farms, and this is Paul. We're on a first name basis.
Paul Kleinitz, yes.
This show's about education. Now, this is a cooking show, and I've been using one particular type of grill, but you know, as times progress, people figure out a little better ways to do things. The one thing I have trouble with my smoker is keeping the smoke rolling, and I keep hearing about these pellet grills. Tell us, if you will, how a pellet grill works as opposed to the old kind where you slide it in through the side.
Pellet grill is an improvement over the old-fashioned stacker type smokers in that it automatically feeds the wood pellets to create the smoke. You don't have to open it up every 15-20 minutes to reload
And lose your heat.
and lose the heat, to reload chunks of hickory or whatever wood you're using. This is a new innovation that feeds the pellets at a controlled rate depending on the temperature you select to cook your meat product at.
I like a 230 something range, so it just controls it according to that temperature.
It'll hold it. You set it, and it will control it within 5 to 15 degrees, depending on if the wind is blowing or not.
So you can walk away.
You can walk away and leave it.
All right.
If you need to cook a piece of meat, say overnight, with the old-fashioned grills, you'd have to get up in the middle of the night and keep adding hickory chunks to it, usually every couple hours, which can be a real chore when you're supposed to be sleeping.
I've been doing that for a long time.
This thing, you can start it up, make sure the hopper's full of pellets, and just run it all night on the same wood fillet.
And this is probably just like any other smoker. You know, it's been painted, and there's probably some chemicals in here and so on and so forth. You need to burn that off. Run it through a cycle.
First time you use it, make sure you get all the plastic and cardboard off of it, fill the hopper up, crank the control up hottest temperature, and burn all the machine oil and the residue that may be in there from the manufacturing process, yeah. And run it for 45 minutes, an hour, the highest temperature you can get it at. And when the smoke comes out and actually smells like hickory smoke instead of machine oil, then you know you've completed it.
All right, well, I'm going to take this home, burn it off.
Sounds like a great idea to
Stick
me.
some meat in there, because, man, I'm telling you what.
What time's supper tomorrow?
7:30 a.m.
All right. It'd be good
I'll
to
see you
for
then.
breakfast.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to take it for a test drive.
Sounds great to me.
All right, man.
Appreciate it.
We're going to take a look around a little bit.
Help yourselves.
So the first thing I did when I came home, I started reading the directions. The first thing you have to do is turn it up to high temperature and burn everything off on the inside. When I got that done, I tried a chicken. So I was thinking, you know, typically when I smoke a chicken, I do it at fairly low temperatures. It takes anywhere from 4 to 5 hours. So I was looking on here and it said an hour and a half.
You like that? You like that?
I thought, no, a whole chicken. I love roast chicken. So here's the deal. First of all, let's look at the guts. All right, when you take everything apart, there's a little hole in the bottom. There's a actual area where you put the pellets. There's an auger that feeds that little hole. Inside the little hole is something that's called the hot rod. There's an induction fan. When you put everything in and you hit smoke, when you turn your grill on smoke, that induction fan blows through the little holes and creates that flame. So the higher the temperature, the more pellets that you have to use. So we're going to put this chicken in here. We'll put all the pieces back together once you get on the smoke mode. Turn up to 450 degrees. You put your chickens on there. You put a little oil on your chicken. You put whatever seasoning you like. I'm almost out of my seasoning. I need to mix up another batch. But it has been an hour and a half, and those chickens should be perfect. Let's go check them.
Let's eat.
All right, now we recently let folks know that we're doing our first live to tape show.
That's right.
And we told them that it would be posted on Facebook, and it was. And a lot of people said, well, that posted so quick. You gotta watch. You gotta watch our Facebook page.
Right.
If you wanna know when we're doing stuff like that, you gotta be on our Facebook page. Well, how do you get to be a Facebook friend, Mrs. Farmer?
You hit like.
You do not.
Yes, you do.
Just
that's all
like.
You do.
That's
hit
it.
like.
It's that
yes.
easy.
It's easy.
Hit like. You can be our Facebook friend and keep watching, because we're going to have another event shortly, and we're going to have a Christmas show.
That's right.
We have the most wonderful Christmas shows. We'll have some music. We'll have some good times, good friends, good eats.
I met a lady today buying sugar because it was on sale, making Christmas cookies. She's getting ready for Christmas.
And she told you to buy
She
extra
told me I
because
needed to be
Christmas is
buying.
around
Yeah,
the
and I
corner.
told her she's right. It's coming up.
So again, if you want to be a Facebook friend, you got to watch, because when we post something, we post it pretty quick. How would you do that again?
I hit like.
Like. All right. If you saw some recipes that you like tonight, or you saw how to, where would you go to find these recipes?
I'd come here and eat. I'd go to timfarmercountrykitchen.com.
timfarmerscountrykitchen.com. Click on there, recipes, YouTube, so on and so forth. We have so much fun on there. That has been an extraordinary day.
Yes, it has.
We had guests over.
Mm-hmm.
These are well-behaved kids.
Yes, they are.
Good kids. Did y'all raise them?
Yes.
Nobody else?
Well,
You found them.
we've had a little help.
Y'all did a good job. But we had fun. Did everybody have fun?
We did.
Yes, sir.
Well, what we did is we had a good time with,
Good friends.
and we had,
Good eat.
Good job.
and it's all about Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. We'll see you next week with a brand new show, unless we get struck by lightning again.
To order a cookbook, please call 502-319-0487 or email timfarmerck@gmail.com.